I got that, and I think that that's probably one of the most important things
Mhm.
that I got out of the program. Now, am I able to do data analyst work? Was I trained well? I think for the 4 months that we had,
Yeah.
I got the best training that they could give for a group
Mhm.
of our size,
Mhm.
and I'm appreciative of that.
Yeah.
I definitely think as far as the technical skill goes,
Mhm.
if I had the time to put in more time to
Right.
learning,
Right.
definitely would feel a lot more comfortable taking on an independent data analysis project
Mhm.
at
Okay.
this present moment. If I were to do that, like, by myself right now, it'd probably take me a while, but
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to take on it on the challenge.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's
How
awesome.
about you? What do you think? Did you get what you wanted, and do you think you're better prepared to go upstairs with the statisticians?
Yeah, so going in, I wanted to be able to think like an analyst and just be comfortable with having a seat at the table and understanding those conversations. Um, I do think that I got that. And similar to you, I think for the skill set part, we got the best training that we could get in. Really 5 months because I started with the Python boot camp.
Mm,
Um, but it's up to me to continue to learn and train on my own and, put the work in to get those skills. Um, yeah, but I do think it was good for what we got.
yeah,
Very, very appreciative of the experience.
yeah. It was a lot of us. That
Yeah,
was
for anyone listening, we had um, from the top of my head, I think the statistics are like 24,000 applicants for our cohort number two, and they interviewed something like 14,000 or 100, I don't know. And then they accepted 1,000 of
yeah,
us. So, and it was all virtual. So,
yeah. That's pretty, like, if you look at those numbers, it's like we are pretty in a pretty selective program. And they had like 1,000 out of 24,000, but like it was still a lot of us.
yeah,
For them to like give us as much attention as they were actually able to.
yeah, they did a good job with how they structured the program and how we were able to work with our TAs and all the extra help we had in the Slack group. Yeah, I think it was very well structured. I don't know how many people ended up graduating, but the program was very well structured.
Yeah, that would be interesting to know, like, how many people ended up graduating, how many people dropped out early, um, and why those people dropped
Why?
out early.
Yeah, yeah.
Because, like, I know some people might have gotten jobs in the middle of the program and then decided that, like, oh, I got a job, I don't need to do this anymore.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So speaking of jobs, so I do remember reading that you did get a job. So for anyone
Mhm.
listening, we were so spoiled because a part of our program, we actually had access to a job hunting platform similar to like LinkedIn that was just
Mhm.
for us. So we did have a lot of companies that were maybe partners of our program that posted jobs on that platform that were just for us. So
Yep.
I do remember that you accepted a position. Was this during the program or
Yes,
towards the end? Mhm.
it was, like, right in the last within the last 2 months. Um,
Okay.
I had accepted a position, and it was not I don't think this company was a partner
Partner. Okay.
or a sponsor of the program, um, but it was nice because they
Yeah.
were, like, excited about DS4A. They're, "Can you tell me about this?" And so I did.
Yeah. Can
But
you tell us a
yeah,
little bit about that process, like the application process and where you are now, like what you're working on?
in the my application process for that job.
Yeah.
So I had my resume redone, and it was sent. So it was an internal referral.
Mhm.
So it was sent, and then the recruiters reached back to me. We talked. They were the ones who were like, "Hey, tell me about this program." After that, they, sent me the application to apply um, to a senior consultant role,
Mhm.
and I applied to that role, and then went into another interview situation that was also virtual, but it was a little bit intense. I never had to do any, what do they call it? Live. I never had to do any
Okay.
live coding.
Okay.
Um, but I did need to talk about like my approach to problem solving.
Mhm.
And I think so for that, and like I said, I don't usually like interviews.
Yeah.
So it was just a matter of knowing who I am and being comfortable in who I am, and able to present myself
Mhm.
clearly,
Yeah.
I guess you could say. So yeah, it was pretty. It was pretty quick. Um, they sent offer through, and I accepted.
Yeah.
So I was like, yay! I could have started right away, but I was just like, no, I want to finish my program first. I want to like end things at my other job and take a little break, and then I'll onboard to this role.
Nice. So are any of the skills that you learned during the program some of the skills that you're using in your current role?
Not at this present time,
Mhm.
but it doesn't mean that I won't be
Okay.
in a situation where I'll get to where I'll be able to use them later,
Yeah.
around me to use them later.
Yeah.
So yeah. And right now, actually in the process of like thinking up some small projects I can take on by myself, to
Mhm.
just practice my coding
Mhm.
so I don't lose the skill that
Right.
I've learned over this time.
Right. Awesome. So thinking back to maybe, I don't know, like 6 months ago, 10 months ago, a year ago, to Christine then thinking about what is she gonna do next? How am I gonna get out of the slump? Am I gonna get into this program? So does what would the Christine then think of the Christine today?
It's interesting that you asked that question because I was just reflecting on this
Mhm.
very thing,
Mhm.
um, like basically all of yesterday. I
Yeah.
I am admittedly an overthinker.
Yeah.
So
Same.
yeah, I saw a picture of myself from a year ago, and I remember, well, looking at it and just
Mhm.
thinking, wow, I know that I look different now, and
Mhm.
it's because I feel different now.
Mhm.
And what I said to that image of me from a year ago was, I'm so proud of you
Yeah.
for not giving in
Yeah.
to, what was really weighing you down. Like, I'm so proud of you pushing through your barriers, proud of you for, speaking up and really fighting that voice that was telling you that just you can't, you're worthless, you're not good enough. Stuff like that.
Mhm.
I'm proud of her.
Yeah.
And I think the Christine from a year ago would look at me now and say the same thing.
Wow. Oh, I'm proud of you too. That's
Thank you.
powerful. Yeah. Any advice for women of color that want to pivot into tech?
Just do it. If you have an interest, if any part of you feels like it's something that you want to explore, something that you want to get a peek at, even, that's enough to just sit with the idea and think about how you're going to act on it. Like, I would not advise just flying by the seat of your pants and, you know, letting go of whatever stable supports you have. That is not the way to do it. Like,
Yeah.
I would not have been able to make it through this program without the help of my best friend, without the help of my family and their support, uh, and without the help of my team.
Yeah.
Um, they were my they were my stability. And if if there's someone in your corner that is supporting you or is giving you encouragement, or they're a source of stability, if that's a job, if that's a friend, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a family member, like, hang on to that and talk with them, let them know you're thinking about making the pivot, and see if it's something that they can help you through, and something that they would be willing to support you through, because it's really hard to do something like
Mhm.
this
Yeah.
and to see it all the way through. I think
Right.
I wouldn't have been able to do this completely independently.
Right. Wow. Would you give the same advice to future applicants of the DS4A program or people in cohort 3?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, definitely do it. Definitely do it, but do it knowing, and, like, knowing that you have something or someone to help you overcome your own negative self-talk.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Wow. Wow. Thank you, Christine. Thank you so much
you're
for
welcome.
taking the time to do this interview. Is there any way that you would share for people that want to get in touch with you? Any socials or any email that you feel comfortable sharing?
I'm on Instagram, and my Instagram is C dot Maesher. So it's C Masher. C dot Masher.
Okay. Okay, cool. So I'll have that information in the show notes and in the description box. I want to go ahead and thank Christine for joining us today, and feel free to reach out to her if you have any questions or are inspired from her interview. And thank you guys for listening. See you next time.
Thank you for having me, Tamara.
Bye.
Bye.